Well, it seems we have a match after all, and Tully Blanchard is on the outside of that ring. But Gino Hernandez has been 2x4 out of this match. And here with Dick Slater and Tully Blanchard. So Tully, who was scheduled to be locked in the dressing room for this particular match so that he couldn't interfere with the battle between Dick and Gino, now finds himself in the middle of the action, and he is the man who has caused Dick Slater untold numbers of problems and injuries. And Slater on the outside clobbers Tully Blanchard, and we now with Blanchard on the receiving end. This crowd here is on Slater's side. They give, the take, and the wind-up and the pitch as Tully goes down. Slater drops in there with that knee, and he's a master at it. This is one of his finest ways of beating a man as he crowds in there. He covers Dick Slater, rather he covers Tully Blanchard. He chomped down, bit at the eye of Tully Blanchard, and Slater right now, as he pours into it, crotch hold and lift, he goes with that backdrop body slam. He screws that foot of his into the face of Tully Blanchard, and now with Blanchard down, Slater is methodically taking after him to do him damage. So Slater was still bearing the bandages and suffering from some of the wounds that came his way. And that time we had Tully Blanchard almost land in the lap of one of the policemen. But as Slater grabs him, he slams him into the front row seats. Now on the floor here, he Billy Goat butts him to knock Tully Blanchard right smack on the canvas and on his back. The effort now, Tully Blanchard trying to pull himself up and into the ring. Here comes the blow again as he comes across that ring and smashes into Tully Blanchard and scatters him all over the floor here on the Sam Houston Coliseum. Blanchard now has been out of this ring. The count has been interrupted several times, but here is Dick Slater, anxious, impatient, eager to get after him, and he is up on the turnbuckle, ready to spring, ready to land on him, elbow first. He hit him in the head. There's one, there's two, there's three. And we have the first fall of this battle here at the Sam Houston Coliseum. So Blanchard has rolled onto the floor, and the first fall is now history, and we'll be back here in a moment after we have this word from the studio. Well, there are 10 seconds to go. Dick Slater looking over the rope, watching Blanchard on the floor. The referee kept him from leaping off there during the 1-minute intermission period. And Slater now starts to pound Tully Blanchard before he can get back up into that ring. The referee, whoa! He came over and he drove his head into the shoulder of Dick Slater. The shoulder has been one of the injuries from which Slater has been suffering since the unprovoked attack that Tully and Gino Hernandez made on him in San Antonio several weeks ago. And now Tully Blanchard senses that he has Slater where he wants him. Slater has that adhesive tape covering a wound, but he also has a huge inflamed area all around the upper part of his chest. And now as Slater senses the parity that has come about, he was at a loss in that first fall, but the exchange now is all Tully's. He is able to pick his shots to come in there, and there's the headbutt of Slater, and Slater is good at it. The hot exchange, the give and the take, and now Slater is caught, but he is able to fight back and to get just a little bit of an opportunity to hand out some punishment. Elbow came to the top of the head, drove in there, and drove in hard. And now as Tully fights from a kneeling position, he takes that left arm of Slater, and no, he wants Slater in the ring. I thought he was going to wrap that arm around the rope, but as he does, Slater comes up and comes like a whirlwind and starts pounding away with that elbow, driving wallop, and going for a pile driver, over and down, and Dick Slater manages to reverse the hold that was being used by Tully Blanchard. Now it's Slater coming off that top rope. He's aiming, he's looking, he's ready to drop in there. And as it comes off, again, it's that brain-busting elbow. And Gino Hernandez has just come down to the ringside. Here's the man who, in the dressing room, was refused permission to come into the ring by officials. And now as they go after him, Tully Blanchard has been disqualified. This match is over in 2 straight falls as Gino Hernandez and Tully Blanchard start to work over Dick Slater, and Tully Blanchard figures there's nothing to be lost. He has already been disqualified. Here is an attack on the referee that has yet to be answered, and Slater, now we've got some help. Here comes Ray Hernandez trying to come in there and do something about stopping him. And on the outside of the ring, Scott Casey. Casey's looking for something. Casey has found a 2x4. Casey is about ready to come in that ring and start after him. And Scott Casey and Mike Graham and Pat Fernandez in that ring. The winner is Dick Slater in 2 straight falls, as like an apparition, Gino Hernandez appeared from the dressing room and joined in this battle. Wow, we have had a night of excitement and tremendous excitement. We'll be back here in a moment after we have this word from the studio.